Ahoy mateys, and welcome back to my gameplay and video guide series I'm doing on Pirates Outlaws. I apologize for the long wait between episodes, but I promise you I will continue and finish all the characters and make guide videos for all of them, so don't worry. And for this one we're doing Cursed Captain once again on Skull's Island. In the shop here, I'm not going to use any packages. Actually I'm going to keep all the potions disabled as well. If you do want to know which ones are best for Cursed Captain, I don't recommend buying it immediately, but Brawler is probably the best one for him because of the Pinata Relic. That actually makes a lot of negative curses beneficial for him, as you can get dodge and stuff if they give you negative conditions. And yeah, also I should probably go over his abilities. I think someone mentioned I should do that before, and I agree 100% because Cursed Captain has a lot of them. And basically, all of his cards scale up in damage and block depending on how many curses you have in your deck, and he gains more abilities depending on how many he has. So, yeah, it's pretty obvious. Cursed Captain actually benefits the more curses you have, usually. I guess depending on the curse. Some of them are pretty bad, and you might not want to take them anyways. But yeah, the most important one of these to get to is the 5 curse ability. That draws a card whenever a curse is discarded or removed. He also has a card that discards all of his curses in your hand. And yeah, that can reload you a lot. That can draw you a lot of cards if you have that. And it basically just negates the whole downside of having curses all in general. And it allows you to make some pretty cool discard-themed decks, which Cursed Captain is pretty good at. So let's start in Skull's Island now. I guess I'll mention the other things he does have. At 7 curses, well, he heals 3 at the beginning of every battle, which adds up over time, but it's not huge. He reloads 1 for 3 curses, which is pretty easy to get to, so he usually doesn't have many ammo problems. At 7 curses, he deals 5 damage to all enemies at the end of turn, which is pretty good, especially for certain boss fights in the Skull's Island. And at 9 curses, he upgrades all skill cards in his deck. Also, you can only get the 7th ability to trigger if you haven't played an attack on your turn. So, yeah, Cursed Captain really wants to play an all-skills deck. He benefits a lot from that, although not in every situation. There are some cards that I call exceptions. So yeah, the first few battles aren't going to be anything special. I mean, he starts off with a little bit above average cards, but that's also because he starts off with 2 curses. So it kind of makes up for that. And here, we got a relic. I'll take that. Oh, I should have mentioned which path I'm taking. I'm going on the left, I think. There's quite a few stuff along that way. Oh yeah, these guys are annoying here. When you kill them for the first time, they go into a pile of bones, and if you leave it for too many turns, it'll actually revive again with 20 HP. So you gotta have a lot of damage quickly. And yeah, there you go. 2 Bringers of Calamity and a punch is enough to get rid of them. And we have a skill that kind of negates its own, it's just draw cards, so there's no downside to having it. And, oh yeah, events are also really good with Cursed Captain. Better than for most characters, because usually the downside of events is that you have a chance to get curses from them, but with Cursed Captain you want them, so it's almost always just beneficial, 100% of the time. And you need curses too, so... And here, I'm pretty sure this is worth it for the battle, because... sometimes you get a relic there. And for this dog one, I think we got to this one in the Explorer video, but approaching or scaring, I'm pretty sure it's just 50-50. Oh, it worked this time. And you can go here. I'm not going to heal up, I'm just going to sell the cheese and take out punch, because we don't want attacks. And here I'll upgrade something, I think. If we can... It's probably not a good idea to upgrade ammos early on, because eventually all of his ammo problems are going to be solved. I'm thinking I want to upgrade clipping for just more card draw and card advantage, and that's pretty good. I don't really have a set upgrade order with Cursed Captain. Maybe I should try and figure that out, but yeah. left, left, right, and vent, and okay, this is a good one here. We can get more upgrades. I'm gonna go for Bringer of Calamity for more damage. When they're upgraded, they don't scale more for each curse, they're always just +2. I'm also gonna just divide it up among these two, so now I have both. Also, a unique thing about Curse Captain is he can get curses and card rewards. And if the curse doesn't harm you too much, you pretty much always want to take it. And then there's certain curses as well. Think about like Bind, that gives you Weakened. Weakened doesn't hurt you at all, actually, because you don't play attack cards when you're Curse Captain. And that little minus damage from Weakened doesn't affect skill cards. So it's actually really good. That's a good one to have. Curse Captain is also really good in this area because he doesn't even need to have any curse removal. He basically just is his own curse removal just because he's so good with curses. Alright, we're getting a little bit low. I'm actually a bit scared, to be honest. Alright, if we can get a little bit more damage right now, then he's dead and you don't have to worry. Okay, good. Oh. And apple. I'll take that. And rum, really good here. It sells for 150. You can actually, it's actually kind of an interesting relic. You can only ever find it in markets, so, and when you do, it's always worth 50, and it's always worth it to buy it. Now, I don't see us getting a curse before the boss fight, so I'm just gonna upgrade the ammo to be safe. Here we should heal 6 at the start, and that's good. I think we can survive this fight. I don't know if we can kill the guy in the back in time before he comes up, so I'm not even gonna bother trying to get him. Eventually he turns into the multi-hit guy. That's really powerful. Oh, also, I forgot to mention about these. Actually, I might have mentioned it in the last video. Yeah, I think I did. These enemies, they get damage when you heal them. These good ammo, okay, good. And here, this one, we could either go for a handcuff or Heart of Gold, but I think I want handcuff, actually. We need curses, we need to get to 5. It's important that we get them. And I'm gonna heal up, because that's probably a bit too low for this fight. I am going to, I could remove this ammo. I think I will. I think we'll still have enough without it. Okay, good. That actually helps us. Okay, this boss is interesting. Because every time you hit the chest behind him, you actually, I'm pretty sure you gain 50 gold. Not gold, you gain 50 coins. And that's gonna help you for later on in the run, but it also increases his damage. So what I like to do is I like to get him down to low health, and then I try and hit the chest in the back as much as I can while staying alive until the fight's over, and I can just end it whenever I need to if he's low. So yeah, it's overall a pretty good boss fight to get. Also, another thing, Curse Captain is really good at building up a lot of armor, especially once you get more curses. So that's another type of build you can do with him, actually. You can get things like Throw Shield. That's one of the exceptions I usually say for having attack cards, because that thing can just deal so much damage on its own in the right build. So that card can be worth taking. The other exceptions, I'd say, things like Shovel Blow, and there's another ranged card that has a similar effect, where when you play it, it gives you a curse. And that's obviously really good for Curse Captain, because at that point, like the longer in a fight you go, the more damage you get, and everything scales. You're guaranteed to get the 7 curses eventually in boss fights. That's really good. Alright, so now we're gonna try and hit the chest in the back as much as we can. And as you can see, it makes that little burst of coins. We're getting money off of that, I think. I'm fairly sure that you do. And he's also increasing in damage. I'm gonna hit him one more time because he's not actually one-shottable anymore because he blocked. I'm gonna see how long I can go. It's usually impossible to kill the chest there. I've seen it been done before with infinites, and people can get to around like 1,000 coins with it. It's great. But usually that's not going to happen. Alright, I think we can go for a few more turns before we have to kill him. Actually, maybe just one more. Or two, I don't know. Alright, this is gonna be the last turn, I think. Yep, we can hit him. And, okay, good. And we ended up with a lot of coins by the end of that. That's all from... I'm not entirely sure it's actually 50 coins. It might not be 50. But either way, you get coins from it. And none of these are good. Really, they're all attack stuff. Attack related. And, I don't know. Either one of these would be good. Heart's good because it gives you max HP, and that helps out in a shield build because you can only get armor up to your max HP. I think... But there's probably stuff that's better than either of these. We have a lot of money. I'm gonna reroll. Reroll those. Reroll those. Brutal Spell, that one's good. That one discards your whole hand, and that'll discard curses. And it just racks up a lot of damage. It's a really, really good card for this character, actually. Gives him a ton of injury. And that opens us up to injury build as well, which is another thing you can do with Curse Captain if you can get a Brutal Spell. Like this. Not even reload us all the way back. If we had another 2 curses, that would have also drawn us 3 cards, which would have been nice. And hopefully you'll get that. We'll get there in the future. I think I'll Brutal Spell this guy in the back. It'll probably end up being more damage in the end. And he'll die for sure, that's good. And this guy is gonna die now. Here, I'm gonna... Okay, we have the option for Nailed Club. Actually, I don't know if I'd call this an exception to the no attack rule. It does benefit from more injury, but I don't know. It's debatable, but I'm not gonna go for it. Candle, not the relic you really want with Curse Captain. You can only get this relic ever if you have 2 or more curses in your deck, and it removes 2. Well, we want our curses, so I'm not gonna do that. Rodwood is a curse. Solid pick. And here I'm gonna go for... I mean, it's consumable, so it's probably a good idea to take it. No, actually, I'm just gonna say it's always a good idea to take consumable. You get to keep your deck thin, and there's really no downside to it. And we get a relic. Grapes. Not a good one. Oh, we got the sad skeleton. Yes. Oh, also, good. I can replenish AP there. I don't actually think I've ever gotten this event. This is completely new to me. This is super rare to actually get both in one run. Usually you just have to consult and it gives you money. Whoa! That's a lot of gold. Wow. Okay. Thank you very much. What am I removing? I guess I'm removing block? I don't know. There's really no reason to, but it's never gonna give us anything. I'll just keep it though. Okay, seeing as it's that much, that makes me wonder if it's two things. I'm wondering if he gives you more money based on how much you have, because that could be the case. Or if he always just gives you 400 gold there, then oh my god, is that a really good relic? That broke the lost arm. Wow. I'm amazed by that actually. And here, that's another really good relic, or not relic, a curse to have with Curse Captain. We're not playing attack cards, so it's never going to deal damage to us. So yes, I would like that one. This, oh my god, this event is amazing for a Curse Captain. Because you have a chance, you can get from 1 to 3 curses. Actually no, it's 0 to 3 curses from this event. Good chance at least getting 1. WoW 2. And then you also guaranteed get the Lucky Clover, which... yeah, why not have a good relic that revives you once? Also, I think I forgot to sell one of my relics there, the grapes. There's no reason I should have them. Oh yeah, we have 7 curses now, so we're getting that triggered. Not anymore, still. Wow. Okay. And consumable. We definitely have enough to upgrade stuff and buy dice. Wow, okay. This is a really good relic with Curse Captain too, because, yeah, I mean, you want to discard your curses. It's basically just going to make you gunner, because every turn, if you discard one at the start of it, you'll reload 1. So say goodbye to ammo problems. And I'll buy bread just because I have so much money. Yeah, I'll just buy this, since I have so much money. Again, upgrade or unupgrade harvest. I usually don't buy stuff from him there, but I just decided to. There. Ooh, good turn. And he will be dead before he can attack. And we get to do some AoE damage from all those curses now, which is nice. And same there, okay. And we got one of 2 options. There's only really one option in AoE cost here. Mark doesn't help us. Mark doesn't affect skills, so it's just a better sell than the grapes, I guess. So I'm gonna see what I can remove. What should I remove? Nothing is here to remove, actually. What I want is more markets. I think if I'll hit a market in stage 3 and probably just upgrade most of my deck there since I have so much excess money. That's something that kind of happens on Cursed Captain, on Skull's Island quite a lot. All the events give you a lot of money. Like the cave one, or that one there. Or just the boss we fought in this first stage. See, that's one of the upsides to this place. I think these bosses also revive, so you gotta kill them fast. Ooh, good AoE here. And 21 is enough here. If you can discard 2 curses with clipping, that's a full redraw of your hand, which is nice. Also, we're guaranteed to always trigger our 7 curse ability every turn, because we have no attack cards in this deck at all. I'm just going to use this to get out of the way. And also just end this fight faster. And, well, now we can just probably Brutal Spell, and that'll be it. Brutal Spell is probably worth upgrading. It'll be a lot more injury every time. It goes from 4 injury for each card in your hand to 6 for each card in your hand. Seeing as you already get so much damage from that already. None of these are nice. Oh, Pendant is actually really good here. Brutal Spell, if I didn't already have one, I'd probably take. Pirate Flag, Rage doesn't help us, but Pendant, ×2 armor gain if you have none. That means that the first time we play a Curse by Nature, it's going to give us double every time. That's our only armor source. So that'll help us a lot. It's not like we were in trouble when it came to ammo, but okay. This boss, I want to mention it right now, because this boss is extremely unfair, I think. And I think a lot of people will agree with me. The Sentinels are a terrible boss. Basically, during the fight, they were constantly... I think they give you a curse almost every single turn. So yeah, you need to have curse removal, or you can just be curse captain. And also, you have to damage them equally, because every single turn, at the end of every single turn, the one with lower HP will heal its HP to be equal to the one that's higher than it. So you have to be damaging them equally. Now, Curse Captain is like the perfect counter to this, because he has cards that can target anything, the skill damage cards. He has AoE from his passive at 7 curses, and he wants more curses, so they don't hurt him. He's the perfect counter for the Sentinels, which is pretty interesting. Alright. I think I'm going to go along the right, hopefully get some more curses from these things. Actually, I'm going to hit this tavern just so I can be sure I don't run out of AP. And I'm probably going to upgrade everything I can at that next market. And Relic. I'll take that. Here, Food Reserve might be good, since we get so much armor already. If we ever need healing, that'll be good. And this Tavern, 53, not guaranteed to be enough to take us all the way, so I'm going to replenish that, since we have so much extra money. Rage, once again, does not benefit us. I'm going to remove something. Actually, I'm not going to remove something. I keep forgetting. There's nothing good to remove. Event? Oh, yes! This floating cavern here. I'm just gonna buy some max HP. Oh, this is an interesting event. You lose all your coins, but then once you eventually spend enough HP going after it, you get 50% more back. So now, we're at 610. I feel like this is a pretty common trend on Skulls Island, just having this much money by the end of the run. It's crazy. It just happens. Again, Food Reserve there. Also, removing all your armor lets you trigger Pendant again, which is really good. So it can even be an armor gain in some cases. Spoil. Losing 2 HP end of the turn isn't too huge, and I'll always take a curse. Here, I'm just going to upgrade stuff. Now, Food Reserve will not be removed, which is really helpful. Which means we can get that healing throughout the fight. Brutal Spell, Bringer of Calamity I'll upgrade for damage, for more block, and I'll leave block alone there. And I'll go along the right for more curse potential. I'll bet 50 coins, I usually always bet 50 coins there. And everything's already upgraded, so I don't think... And the Plague Curse is not a good one. It makes you lose all your ammo whenever you draw it, and that's what you get if you go in there. You do get 4 upgrades out of it, though. If you have upgrades, and if you have 4 potential upgrades you can get, I always think it's worth it. Have you... And a mask, it's a relic. Yeah, I think this is a guaranteed win here at this next fight. Usually I'm not so sure when it comes to the Sentinels, but Curse Captain, he's just so good against them, and this deck is really solid. And the consumable. We can sell a mask. Actually, maybe we didn't have to. We have enough money. We're not really removing anything. Are we? Yeah, I don't think we are. So we can just go right in there, I think. Alright, here's the fight. So, I'll discard Spoil, because, I mean, if you can avoid losing the 2 HP, then why not? And there's our AoE. And that's them healing back up to each other's. It really makes it hard for a lot of specific characters, especially Swordmaster. This is like pretty much her only weakness fight. Because usually she's strong everywhere. But there's still things you can do against them with her. Like misdirect, you have position change. So it's not the worst, there's stuff you can do. But you just gotta be ready. And for a lot of times, just by stage 3, the amount of things you have to prepare for in this fight, usually you don't get there. You usually don't get everything, you're usually missing something. That makes this fight really hard. Having lots of injury on both is really good here. I think they will eventually buff themselves and get rage or something, but that'll probably be in a while. I'm gonna put more injury on the back because it's lower. Eventually when they get low enough, you can just burst down one of them and kill it in one turn. And we might be getting to that point with the amount of injury they have. Okay, maybe not, actually. Maybe this turn? The one in the back can burst down right now. Yep. With 2 curses and Bringer of Calamity, that's enough. Do we go for it? No, I don't think we do. I think we just guaranteed that kill. And there it is. That was a really good run. I liked that one. In the end, we had an 18 card deck with 8 curses. And yeah, that was good. So yeah, Curse Captain. He's a very, very, very strong character on Skulls Island because he counters the hardest boss, and I'd say that might even be the hardest boss in the game since every other character is usually so unprepared for it. But yeah, Curse Captain is perfect for this area. If you're having trouble completing it, clearing it, definitely pick up Curse Captain and try him out there. Also, you get a lot of money, and it tends to be a common trend there. So, Admiral is also really good in this area, if you have him. His cards scale based on how much money you have, so he's pretty strong. But yeah, that's it. Farewell, mateys. Thanks for watching.